lunch hour.
All right, so this is part 2 of Trey and Connor's adventures. So
Cue the music one more time.
oh yeah,
The lunch hour.
That's about good.
yeah.
The lunch hour.
I'm a big fan of that, by the way. That's awesome. Trey made this song in like how long was it? Like how long did it take
Maybe
him to
like
do it?
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just kind of a
Didn't take him
quick
very
goof
long.
off podcast
Yeah.
intro song. Just something funny to add a
Well,
little spice.
I've been looking for an intro for a while, and
I've been waiting to make one.
and it
It
didn't
all
take,
just fell together last
it
night.
didn't take him very long. It took him like 15 minutes to make it, and
If you need beats, hit me up.
yeah.
If you need audio engineering, hit me up. If you need me to monitor a podcast, hit me up.
If you need him
I
to
can
make
do it
music for you, whatever.
If you need music for an event, hit me up. If you need a DJ, hit me up. I'll do weddings too. Hit me up if you need a wedding DJ.
and he'll
Provide
do
me
it for
the
free.
suit. No, I will not, folks. I do it for free for this fella because right now we're not good. And he's my good friend. Good friend of mine, Connor McMullen, folks. We all know him, host of the lunch hour. Now, let's get right back into where we left off.
Where did we leave off?
We left off talking about Casino.
Oh yeah, which
And
I haven't seen. You said that.
Let's just leave it quick.
Mm.
If you haven't seen Casino, go watch it. If you heard my review last episode and didn't watch it, go watch it now. It's great. Now,
I would go watch it now, but I can't because we're doing this.
yeah, we can't watch it now because we're here for you, the
Yeah.
audience. Now, let's get back into what we were just doing for this episode, which was...
Well, do you want to wrap up the movie stuff and then get into?
was there any more movie stuff? I mean, we wrapped up Casino.
we talked about. Well, I was gonna say most anticipated, but we weren't gonna talk.
Oh,
a
no,
lot
yeah,
about
we can
that.
do more
Well,
movie. I thought you just
I
meant
mean,
our
my
favorites
most
and stuff.
anticipated movie is ours might be the same, but it's Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's probably the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
I'll say that's not mine.
Barbie is yours, isn't it?
No.
Barbie's gonna be awesome.
Barbie's
though.
awesome, but hang on,
I'm actually excited.
let me
I'm actually
quickly
excited about
skim
seeing Barbie.
through, because I'm a big Greta Gerwig fan. Little Women's great.
Yeah, I haven't
Lady
seen
Bird,
that.
unbelievable. One of my girlfriend's favorite movies. Both of my girlfriend's favorite movies, actually.
She's been mentioned a lot in this episode.
Oh yeah. What do you mean?
Shout out Hannah Brooke and
This
Shadow.
is a whole nother episode. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
We haven't been sitting here this whole time.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, let me check out some of the most anticipated.
By the time you're watching this is like
it was a whole week ago.
a
that
whole
we were
week
saying this
ago
stuff.
that we were saying all. Yeah, so it's
All right.
two different people.
Let me see what it's looking like. I'm between probably Batman and
Batman 2?
Batman 2 and Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Robert
One
Bill
of my,
Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe. Classics.
yeah, and the guy from Marvel, I keep forgetting his name. He's in Bullet Train. He's also plays Quicksilver in Marvel.
Oh, Aaron Taylor
Johnson. I think he was just recently
he
was
just
just
got
recently
cast, yeah.
casted in that movie.
That movie's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. If you're definitely a fan of Robert Eggers, you'd be excited about that. I am. I'm very excited.
I'm a mega fan.
Yeah.
I'm one of the biggest fans.
Well, I still need to. He didn't. That's not The Northman.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, which we started watching, but I
The
haven't
Northman,
finished it yet.
The Witch, The Lighthouse.
Those two are incredible. I'm a big.
Those
I
three are
love both of
incredible.
those. Yeah. Well, I
watch
haven't seen The Northman. Well, I've seen like half of it, but we haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
Which we will.
Maybe we can tonight. Who knows?
And Barbie. Barbie's gonna be awesome.
Barbie is going to be awesome. Yeah, we don't have to talk about it too much, but because we don't know too much about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But Mr. the driver himself.
Yep.
Doing Kin. It sounds
Mhm.
hilarious. Gonna be a blast.
Yeah,
All right.
and Will Ferrell, I think, is also gonna. Or maybe I'm just.
You might be
Just-
thinking of that. I don't know if I know
don't think
that.
of something
I
different.
don't want to lie to you, folks. I don't think that's true.
It's probably not.
All right. So what was that other category we had? You had something else interesting?
Oh yeah, something that you were excited about, but turned into a flop. I feel like there's one that you and I could both say right off the top of our head. Blonde.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't.
Well,
I barely even want to speak on that because I didn't
her story
even
just needs
finish
to be
it.
put to rest.
Yeah, it was-
I didn't finish it either.
Yeah, it was very
just
exploitative,
rough.
and I was defending it before it came out. I was thinking
I thought
it might be
awesome.
pretty,
Yeah.
intense to watch, but maybe it's just an accurate telling. But they just wanted to use Ana de Armas as a, the
Sex
pretty
symbol.
lady and the sex symbol of the
Yeah.
movie. You can tell it wasn't made with the care that Marilyn Monroe's story deserves, and it doesn't take long to watch it to see
Sad,
that.
dude.
I didn't finish it,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine it got a whole lot better.
Yeah.
It's gross, it was a
is.
bummer. And people were saying that for a while before it came out, and I was thinking, no, they're just overreacting.
Yeah.
But no, it sucks. Really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go through another fun thing we could talk about is the worst movies we've ever seen.
That I've ever seen?
Yeah. Because you said some flops, and let's think of another like recent flop. Do you have anything like that? Anything
Well,
you came out of
Morbius,
not liking?
obviously.
I think we talked about Morbius during our episode.
Did we?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it too much, but yeah, Morbius.
Did
Did you think that was going to be good?
Yeah,
Really?
just because of all the ties with. I thought they were going to do something with Spider-Man in that movie. I mean, they didn't do it until the post credits.
Yeah, I know.
But it really didn't make any sense. Because he's supposed to be like an anti-hero, but he's also like a bad guy towards the end. So I don't know. It just was really butchered towards like I never even watched.
I got one actually.
What?
Don't worry, darling.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
I had to have you tell me had that movie in it because I watched half of it and I was like, no, I turned it off.
I wanted to see it. My little
I was
sister,
very excited about that movie because the whole concept sounded.
concept is cool, and honestly, some of the trailers were some of my favorite trailers I've seen. They made it look incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever did those trailers, that's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it is.
But actually, you know what? Florence Pugh's the best part of the movie. She did great.
Yeah,
For what she was given, fantastic. Harry,
she's like
the way I view Harry, good singer. My little sister loves him.
Yeah.
I just don't know if acting's his thing, and it doesn't have to be. That's not even a diss. He's a great singer. He's selling out tours every night, all over the place. But like, you don't have to act. You're good. just keep singing.
Mm-hmm.
Not even trying to diss him. Just come on. We know it, folks.
Nah, that's a shot taken at Harry Styles.
Harry Styles, me and you, we're fighting.
But let's see. I mean, obviously, a lot of mine could be Marvel movies. Like obviously, Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's one of your worst.
Like obviously, okay. This is the thing. I don't hate a lot of everything.
Look, this is ranked from worst to best, and it immediately hops up to 3 stars after like 10 movies. Like there are not many movies that I hate.
There's a lot of douchebags on Letterboxd.
Dude, some people have 90% 1-star rating. Why are you watching movies?
Yeah,
you hate movies.
How do you hate everything if you hate everything 1 star?
But do you have anything that's like a 1 star on yours?
I think Morbius is my only 1 star.
Wow. What's the one above Morbius?
The rest of them are 3 stars.
What's number 2?
Oh wait, how do you do that?
Oh, gotcha.
You sort by
your lowest rating.
First. Okay, so after Morbius, it goes straight into 3 stars. That's it, and it's don't look up.
Positive fella. That's what I had. Yeah. All right. I do have a few,
and I thought the movie was just fine, but I mean, it wasn't like.
The thing is, I wanted a masterpiece.
That's why I was disappointed. The ending was terrible. I did not like the way. I mean, obviously, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but obviously the world ends up just being destroyed because there's no really way of stopping a meteor from destroying the Earth population. But I thought it was all right.
It was fine. That's why I think I really liked
Jonah
it
Hill's
when I
pretty
first saw
funny
it.
in that movie.
It's just whatever. I have a few movies that I've seen that I just was trying to be like the film guy, and they weren't too high rated. So I'm not even going to mention some of these because they were just like crap, basically, like not even worth mentioning. But one that I really wanted to like more, I think I gave it 3 stars because it was fine. But I'll go Blair Witch Project. I was really disappointed.
I think we talked about that before.
We did, but like that's just like man, you know.
What do you think about those that found footage type? Like, do you think
I love found footage movies? That's why I was disappointed.
But
this was like the OG.
That one was just not very good.
It was just fine. It's just like, you know, if it's a movie about a witch.
I didn't like the ending of it.
Honestly, I think The Witch is a better movie about witches.
I think it is
like,
too. Way better.
Yeah, because in the end, you still don't even know if there was a witch, and I guess that's part of the horror of it. But to me, that wasn't.
There was though. And then The Witch. Oh, you mean in Blair Witch?
No, Blair Witch. Yeah.
You don't see one.
Yeah, it's like the scariest part is that, you know, they go in the house and he's up against the wall and they're oh, I'm so scared.
And they don't even
that part's like fine, but just like the whole build up before that is they were just lost. Mm-hmm. That's the scary part. They got lost in the forest. That's not that scary.
And they were all just yelling at each other.
Yeah, like
and arguing.
It was
all
kind
the
of
time.
annoying.
Yeah, Now that you mention it, every time I've tried to rewatch that movie, I'm just like,
It's
and just turn it off.
for what it is. It's really cool. Like if I had seen that in the 90s, I would have been like, whoa.
Yeah, because my mom was telling me when that movie came out how freaky that kind of
totally.
stuff was.
But like, not to just compare it only to The Witch because they're not very similar. You know what? I'll compare it to a few things. I'll compare it to The Witch because it's about witches. The Witch, that's one of the first movies I've seen that made my bones were shaken by the end. When you hear the voice of Black Phillip and it's like, when you learn that it is real, because kind of like, this is stupid. What's going on? The son's just having a weird freak out.
Yeah, everything's
everything's weird. But then like, Black Phillip is the devil.
Yeah,
like it is so scary. That voice comes in. Would you like to taste butter? Whatever he says. Like it's just so like that is the feeling I wanted out of Blair Witch.
Yeah,
because the way people talk about it, it seems like it's so scary, but the witch is like. And then they go dancing off in the woods, and it's like it's terrifying. Oh, it's great. And then so if I'm talking found footage, I'll go Cloverfield.
Yeah,
Cloverfield 1.
That one's awesome.
Like that seems that's like found footage.
Yeah,
like a city gets torn apart, and they just find some kid who experienced the whole thing with his group of friends. Crazy.
Another found footage movie that's awesome is Project X.
I haven't seen that.
Really? It's awesome.
I need to.
It's hilarious.
But I just haven't. But yeah, that's when I think of like found footage, I want to be like.
It's like scary.
I don't want to see.
Obviously, it's not like a real.
I don't want to see like an hour of just like.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know where the map is? Oh, I don't know where the map is. Write the map. That's what Blair Witch is to me. Mm-hmm. Like, it's
a lot of. It's
cool.
It's a lot of.
Dang.
Did it already go off?
Yeah.
Oh wow. It's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions and
not any answer.
We're lost. No, we're not lost. Yes, we are. A lot of.
It's just like kind of senseless arguing.
Yes, a lot of senseless arguing, and and definitely towards like the ending. And when it ends, you're like, oh, thank God it's over already.
Exactly. Because
obviously you want to finish it and figure out what happens, but then when it's over, you're like, what?
And all my life, I saw the end clip of him up against the wall, and that's just how it ends. Mm-hmm. I thought that was like people were alluding to something crazier happening. Like I thought after he stared at the wall, the camera would turn around and like a witch would just get him. Yeah. No, it just ends right there.
Yeah,
I just don't think that's a great way. That's a good way to be suspenseful, but like, I came to get scared. I didn't get scared. I was just, shut up. That was how I watched that movie.
Yeah, and they don't even make hardly even make those type of movies anymore.
It's because they made so many of them with like Paranormal Activity, that kind of thing.
I thought Paranormal Activity
got worn out.
2 was good. I like the second one.
I need to watch that.
I think that was the one that was probably the scariest one out of
another recent found footage movie I've seen. It's maybe not fully found footage, but Kipsy Tapes. That was scary. Mm-hmm. I felt sick.
Yeah, that one. I felt weird after watching that. I was like,
we don't have to talk about that too long, but like that's another example. Just if you've seen it, that's like.
And then there's like a whole category of like those types of movies, like not even just like the type found footage, but like just really messed up stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch those.
Yeah, you do.
I know it's that kind of thing.
I've seen like the most common ones that everybody talks about,
the
like
shock movies.
Yeah,
I don't like if it's just shock. There are some that are good. It's just like we had another cool topic on here about movies. I think what was it? A theater experience. That could be fun to talk about.
Fun.
So we'll talk about that. Yeah. All right. What is Connor McMullen's favorite theater experience?
Man, I might have to.
If you don't say the obvious one, I'll be annoyed.
What, Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think for most people that, at least for, I don't know, I think that, because what's weird, because when I saw No Way Home, I was expecting that type of experience, but I didn't. But like so many other people got that type of experience, but I didn't.
Did you see it opening night?
No Way Home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't crazy?
Mm-mm.
What?
I mean, everyone was like, oh yeah, but not. But I feel like I wasn't in a theater with a bunch of like Marvel maniacs.
Wow.
But when I saw Endgame opening night, every seat was completely filled.
It should be like a holiday. They should just do that every year. Show it one more time.
And it was just probably when everyone's jumping up and down and screaming. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. But then also it's like, sit down. Let me see what else happens. But it was that's probably one of the best ones. That and No Way Home, Top Gun Maverick. Obviously, may have been.
I waited. I didn't see that opening night, and I wish I did.
I didn't see it opening night. But
I went like 2 weeks later, and it was still packed.
Really?
Yeah.
They were
awesome.
They were. I think they may have just. They probably stopped showing it in theaters probably at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And it came out in the summer.
It came out in April, so even a little bit before the summer. That was nuts.
Yeah, and it stayed in theater. I mean, because it was selling. Everyone was still going to see it, no matter how. Like, I saw it 3 or 4 times.
Wow. I only saw it once, but it was a fun one.
Also saw
Great
a lot of
Balls
the big blockbusters that come out. I see them multiple times.
Yeah,
like I saw Endgame probably the most, like 5 times maybe. No, I'll probably go 4.
I'll definitely saw Endgame 3 times, probably 4, just because it was so fun. The first time, like you said, I didn't even know what was going on because everyone was throwing popcorn, drinks flying, going crazy.
And Avatar: Way of the Water, saw that.
That
3 times.
I'm still really bummed that I didn't get to see that in IMAX. That's one of my biggest life's regrets.
And it passed its 3rd all time now.
Oh yeah,
for highest grossing.
I thought you were about to say at top. It was number 2.
I don't know if it'll ever.
Probably not. Actually, they might. Because remember when Endgame came out, they did a re-release for Avatar, and Avatar took it back for a little while. So if they do another release of Avatar 2 at some point in maybe a few years, could happen.
That would be crazy. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars.
Oh yeah, it is 5 stars to me.
I guess that's also a pretty good theater experience for me, was seeing that for the first time.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't get to see it. Because I saw Endgame in IMAX, and it was like, yes. And Avatar 2 was shot in IMAX. Like, it was meant to be seen in IMAX, and I didn't get to. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, I saw it. I think I saw it the second time in IMAX. Because the first time was not, but the second time definitely was. And it was awesome. And IMAX was such a blessing.
Oh, I love it. I really don't like not having IMAX really close.
Yeah.
It's worth the money.
And I saw Creed 3 literally opening night last week on Thursday, a week to today, I guess. I saw Creed 3 opening night, and I was with 2 of my other friends, and I was blown away about the amount of people that were there.
Was there nobody still?
There was probably barely pushing like 20 people in there, if less than that maybe. And I was in the IMAX theater as well, and there was hardly anybody in there. And I sent you that video of the. It
looked like fully nobody to me.
Yeah, but towards like the trailers starting, people started to come in, but I was completely blown away about.
Maybe the Creed movies aren't as big as like we think. You know, maybe they're good, but like I guess maybe just movies aren't getting packed these days.
Yeah, well, and I love the Creed. I love like the Rocky Creed franchise. Obviously, Rocky 4 is like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's like I've seen that movie a lot too, and some people were like a little upset about not having Rocky in this one, but like
not in it.
No, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Why?
Yeah.
Did he like die in the second
one?
No,
Stallone said that he wanted it to be like a Creed, like a story, like a Creed story, and that because Rocky's also. I mean, he's in the first 2. And they make it about Creed, but it's also
he's not in it for even a second.
No, he's not even like he's mentioned.
Good job, Apollo Creed.
No,
son.
he's mentioned like about fighting Drago, but that's it.
That's a big bummer to me.
I mean, I didn't honestly. I didn't really. I mean, I noticed it, but I didn't like. I wasn't bothered by it really.
I mean, the way I look at the Creed movies is they are still it is connected to Rocky, whether they want to.
Oh yeah, like, of course it is.
There wouldn't be Creed without Rocky.
Yeah,
it's like I think of them as extended sequels. I don't even think of them as different movies. Like, to me, it just goes from Rocky
Yeah.
to Creed.
Uh-huh.
Like, so that's just weird. Did they
Yeah.
say why he
Well-
wasn't like in the movie? Was it explained?
Uh-uh.
That's kind of a weird decision to me.
Yeah, and it
Like, maybe if they
it does seem a little different without them not even like mentioning it that he wasn't.
Like, why couldn't he have popped up at the end in the ring
Yeah.
when they were fighting or something? And
Well-
then, hey, you got it, kid.
I don't know if obviously Creed 4 may not even be the last one.
Yeah.
It may not be.
The
And
Rocky verse is expanding.
yeah, and well, obviously, I think Creed 4 is probably very likely to happen because I mean, I thought Creed
They
2.
said they were doing it.
Yeah,
I saw
and I don't even know what they're gonna do it about. I thought the storyline for Creed 3 was amazing, and I also saw that Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan are gonna do a lot of movies together, like
Good.
um,
Some of the most
Robert
jacked
De
guys in
Niro,
Hollywood.
Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino. They said that they're gonna.
Oh no! I thought you meant with them. I was gonna say.
Oh no! They're gonna
Whoa.
start doing a lot of movies together, like the two of
Okay,
them.
yeah,
like
that's
the two
cool.
of them do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
The Irishman.
Yeah, and however many Heat.
Heat. I need to watch Heat really bad.
Well, I haven't finished it. It's so damn long.
Oh, I know.
But the gist of
people
the, I
love
mean,
Heat,
I've
though.
seen literally. I probably have not seen the last hour of that movie. I've probably seen everything else. Natalie Portman's like a child in that movie. It's so weird. It's really
We
good.
should watch Heat one night.
Yeah, it's 3.
We should sit down
Yeah.
at like 6, have dinner,
Mhm.
and then just watch it, so we can make it through.
Yeah. Because I definitely need to watch it in one sitting.
I always hear people say like,
Yeah.
"Oh, gotta watch Heat," with, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know.
Well, thankfully, it's never been spoiled for me, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't know anything
I
about
don't
it at
know
all.
what happens.
I just know Al Pacino's in it. That's all I know.
You don't know about the story.
No.
Do you
Don't
want
say
to?
it, no.
Okay, I won't tell you.
I just want
But
to.
it's good. Yeah. It's
Heat is
very
a
good.
cool enough name that I
Mhm.
just want to watch it anyway.
You know, like bank robberies and stuff like that are so cool.
So it's that kind of thing. Ooh,
Yeah.
you should watch Good Time if you like bank robbery.
Yeah, I know.
What else we got?
Definitely
on the docket here,
definitely
folks.
need to do Good Time. That's on my list.
Anticipating. Best thing we watched recently. We did that. We ranked some stuff.
I could talk about the time I saw a UFO.
Do you want to get into like the stories, or you still want to stay on media for a bit? Because there's probably a little bit more of media we could talk
Yeah.
about. Let me just think of what. We could go back to music for a bit if you wanted.
Mhm.
What about? Because we did rap. What about like? Well, let's do this. What have you been listening to lately? Let's just do like a recent Connor McMullen media segment. The people are dying to know what bumps in the 735i. Right?
What was that?
Your car?
745.
745. You hear that, folks? 4.5.
745 Li.
4.5 liter V8 engine straight out of Germany.
That is currently in the shop.
All the oil spilled out in the parking
that's
lot.
not good. Okay, so I guess this is gonna be so crazy for people to hear because like I talked about it with Prentice, but how diverse my taste is. All right, so my first. I can say this song today because while I was working out, it was a pretty good song. Adonis Interlude. It's from the Creed 3 soundtrack. It's with J. Cole and Dreamville.
Oh, I need to hear that.
It's really good. And then Champagne Supernova by Oasis.
You're welcome.
Showed me that last night. So
Champagne Supernova.
I had it going today, like while I was in the car.
That solo is money.
Waste Sony by Morgan Wallen, which I know you don't like. I don't like country music that all either, but I like Morgan Wallen for some reason.
See, I'm the opposite. I like
yeah.
country music sometimes, but I hate that genre and Morgan Wallen specifically. I hate the bro country, I think is what they call it.
It's all right.
Yeah, in my truck and I got a cold beer on ice and the girl in the short
Have you even heard the
jeans.
song with Morgan Wallen and Lil Durk?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I still don't even like that much. I think I just don't like the way that he sings. He sounds like he's an inch away from his throat coming out.
I think it's funny that
Like it's just not like cool to me. I don't feel cool listening.
I think it's also funny that Lil Durk even agreed to do it.
I don't know. Did you see he did some interview recently where he was like, Morgan Wallen's the gang.
Yeah.
That had me laughing. Because Lil Durk is really scary.
Yeah.
And him saying Morgan Wallen.
I like him a lot though. I like Lil Durk.
Oh yeah. Let me pick one. I know. Let's go with a shout out for the ladies. A&W, Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
Do you know that song?
No.
Then don't
I
play
don't-
along like you
yeah,
do.
I'm
It's me and the ladies over here. You hang out with your country boys and go listen to Morgan
Nah,
Wallen.
come on, man.
I'm hanging with the ladies on this one. Lana Del Rey, A&W, 7-minute song. Not a common thing, especially for her. She usually does. She doesn't stick to like pop, but she's pretty standard in like the. Oh, camera's off.
Is it off?
Yeah. Do you want to grab it or me? I can talk for a minute and you want to go turn it back on? All right. Yeah, so A&W by Lana Del Rey. I believe it's her most recent project. There goes the camera. Or it's her most recent single off of, I don't remember the whole album name because it's really long. Something about, Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard, folks? That's the full name of Lana Del Rey's forthcoming album. And this song starts out, it's classic Lana Del Rey. Piano ballad. Really great lyrics, actually. I don't want to sound like she doesn't usually have that, but these lyrics specifically are fantastic. It's just about her upcoming and dealing with her femininity and, getting older as a woman. That's a strange thing in the industry that's talked about a lot. And, I think she's like in her mid-30s now. And
I thought she was a lot older than that for some reason.
she's not. But, that the first half is great. It's just about, what I already said, and it's just like what you would expect from Lana. And then she starts repeating a line I'm not going to say, just because I'm a PG fella on this podcast. But that line starts looping, and then the bass gets cranked up. Battery dead?
Could be.
Cut right here, me. We'll get back. Battery dead? All right. Back now, me. So, yeah, in A&W, Lana Del Rey, the first half's great, and then the second half kicks up with this, I think she brings in like an underground producer, like underground hip-hop producer, and then this beat starts coming in. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like, it's a really nice beat. I don't know how else to put it, but like, it's to this different version of the song. The first half is just so like nice and slow, and you think about it. In the second part, she's interpolating a hip hop sample, and like it's a bumper. I'm serious. Like it's probably my favorite song of the year so far. I'll say it, folks.
I'll have to give it a listen. I don't think I've actually listened to any of her.
You should.
Def Punk.
You been listening to Daft Punk?
Oh, Robot Rock. It's on my.
You gotta have more than a Robot Rock.
Yeah. No, not on my, not like on my recently saved list.
Connor.
But it's,
Connor. Playing a little.
I don't want to get copyrighted, so that's all I'm gonna play.
We'll do a few seconds. And I'll play a few seconds of the song
Yeah,
I was just talking about. Let's do that. Let's go back and forth with some songs. Honestly, no one's listening to us. So it's like no one from like record companies or anything. No one's going to know. This is a song. Ooh. This is the second half of the song. The part I was talking about when the rap comes in with the bass.
She just switched her flow up like that.
Just kind of doing like a rap thing.
Oh.
I'm not going to go too far into it. Go listen if you want to hear it, folks, but that song's good. What else you been hearing lately? What's been on the waves?
Well, like I said in the last episode, it was still a lot of Kanye. Otis, I Wonder, Praise God.
Easier.
I Wonder, Praise God.
Easier to bear.
And then Diamonds by Rihanna.
Whoa, why?
I love that
Super Bowl?
song.
No, I mean, why are you listening right now?
Oh yeah.
Is that because like Super Bowl?
Yeah,
you were hyped on Rihanna?
I saved it a while back.
I got you.
Lord Knows by Drake. It's so different.
Mostly
like,
rap.
I mean, it goes from that, and then it goes to Tears for Fears.
What song?
Everybody Wants to Rule the World, obviously.
Oh, I forgot. You're not
Yeah.
See, I wish you would use playlists because I can see exactly what I've been listening to this month.
Yeah.
And Mordecai and Rigby on the front. Hey.
Is that
Whoa!
I'd love that show.
You gotta do it with me one time. Whoa!
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Banger. All right. So, the 1975. Let me talk about them for a bit.
I don't know about them.
I love these cats. Couple of British lads up from over the pond. They're from Manchester, I think.
We don't like Manchester.
I like Manchester. And Maddie Healy, you ever want to come on this show? Oh, what's going on? Camera keeps cutting out, folks. But honestly, if it does one more time, we might just make this episode a little bit more of an audio podcast. We'll bring the voices down, use more of an NPR tone. But yeah, the 1975. I was a Maddie Healy. He's the front man, by the way. Dead? No. All right, that's fine. I mean, do you just want to go? All right, folks. Yeah, probably. Folks, you have entered the the only audio portion of the Lunch Hour podcast. Cue the theme again.
Wait, so now we're just gonna...
The theme's playing.
Oh.
All right.
I can't hear it anyways.
Audio only.
Yeah.
All right. So, Maddie Healy, Ross something, George Daniel, and the other guy. That's who I know the 1975 as. I used to be a hater because they're very like Tumblr-y music. And I look back on the Tumblr times as strange. Because I like some of it, I don't like some of the other stuff. The 1975 was like the main, like, when I think back, I think of like a teenager like smoking a cigarette and a leather jacket on, and it just, I was kind of like, eh. But then, I don't know what actually happened. I think I was talking with Hannah Brooke, the girlfriend, again. And,
I keep looking at the camera because I think the camera's on, but it's not.
Yeah. No camera, guys. But, we were talking about like music we liked, and I knew she liked them, and I just never really, I assumed I didn't like them because I didn't really like the vibe that I got without being a fan. And then I got put on, and I'm not joking, I like every single song. They're so good. It's like funky stuff. Just,
I like funky stuff. I feel like I'd probably like that.
all right, I'll play a little snippet of a little let's play some She's American. Yeah. Every song is about that energetic and fun, and it's just nice.
Sounds nice.
It's all I need for my like little happiness kick, because a lot of my other music is not very happy sounding. It's just I like listening to these guys goof off about an American lady and laughing at her because she's American and they're British, and they go, this weird lady keeps making fun of our teeth and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I forgot the camera's off. I can't point at the camera anymore. But yeah,
It's something to get used to now that the camera's off.
No, it's like
we honestly could do this more, like just do.
Yeah, we could do like a spare episode, the Trey and Connor audio only episodes once a week. On top of you doing another one with a guest, on top of you doing a sports episode, 3 episodes a week. Lunch Hour Network. Tune in, folks.
Yeah, we're building a network over here. Apparently.
Oh, yeah. Give me my own show where I get to just review music or something.
Yeah. I could become the next like
Ray Shrimmerd.
Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy, if you're listening, I have beef with you. I don't know why.
I don't have beef with you, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, if Dave Portnoy is listening, give Connor a show.
Yeah,
but meet me somewhere. I don't know why I don't like you too much, but something's off, buddy. I want hands.
I'll do a pizza
review. I want hands, no gloves.
I'll do a pizza review with him.
I'd probably do a pizza review, actually. Pizza reviews are nice.
All right, Frankie. That's what he said in the beginning of every episode.
Oh, I don't know. See, I'm not in tune with him. I don't know why I don't like him, but I don't.
You know
like
what? Now that we're on the topic of Dave Portnoy, I'll get into the tales, the stories that I was, one of the stories that I'll.
Let's hear the tales with Connor, everybody.
What are you doing? Okay. I guess the first one, the first one that I can talk about is my first experience in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Now, for those of you who have never been to Baton Rouge before, yeah. For those of you who've never been to Baton Rouge before, think of New Orleans. If you've ever been to New Orleans, think of New Orleans, but think of it as just.
I've been to New Orleans.
Just think of it as a tad bit
worse.
Yeah. Think of it just as a step down from New Orleans. But so I went for my first time, and I was actually very, very excited about it because I'd never been to Baton Rouge before. And I've just heard all of the fun stories about how fun Baton Rouge is and how it's going to be the best weekend ever of visiting a college town. And so I was like, I'll be the judge of this. So I went with two of my friends, Reed Fry and Joe Pearson. And they are friends of the show. Reed Fry and Joe Pearson. Shout out to them. Yeah. Reed actually will be on the show. We were actually talking about it, and he wants to talk like Arsenal or whatever. But so we were on the way down to Baton Rouge, and this is one of the stories that I've actually have been dying to tell on here, but I haven't had the opportunity to. Is about the time where I saw a UFO. Now, I've always wanted to be one of those guys who have talked about seeing a UFO because I love aliens and I love to talk about them. And so we were driving down the highway. It was nighttime. I don't remember. It was probably like 8:30, 9, whatever. And Reed and I were in the front seat listening to whatever.
What were we listening?
I don't know. I don't remember. And then I look up, or Reed. I don't know if I pointed it out first or Reed pointed it out, but I look up and there's like a string of lights that almost looks like it makes like a half circle. And Reed and I both kind of looked at it and we were like, "What is that?" And then it just like fades away. It doesn't like just disappear. It just like fades away. And my first, the first thing I said was that was definitely a UFO. And I remember right after I saw it, I went to like text my family and everything, and I was like, I just saw a UFO. It was so awesome. That was the first cool thing that happened on the way down to Baton Rouge. And then when I finally got to Baton Rouge, obviously it was nighttime, so I didn't really see anything. But I want to give a shout out to the Sigma News at LSU. They were very nice to me and all of my friends for letting us in their house and their fraternity party, whatever. It was really fun. So this Saturday is where most of the story is, just because Saturday in Baton Rouge is they're long. And but so I was staying with two good friends of mine, or Steele Jones, one of them, and Hudson, the other one. So they woke us up real early that morning, like 7:30 or 8 in the morning, because Fred's, the really big bar in Baton Rouge, was giving out like a lot, like free high noons, free nooners, free wings, free koozies, like just a lot of free. And Barstool was there because they were doing like their Dave, like their college game day type thing. And so we went and we were at Fred's at like 9:30 in the morning. Because we went first because we didn't want to have to, get in line and pay a cover later. So we were a little smart, and went at 9:30 in the morning. And believe it or not, there was a bunch of people there at 9:30 in the morning at Fred's in Baton Rouge. There was a ton of people there, and I didn't get to see Dave Portnoy, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I didn't get to.
Fortunately.
And then, dude, and then just after that, I mean, I was thinking about that breakfast burger that I had. One of the best burgers I've ever had. Okay, so we went to this place called The Rev. And The Rev is a bar, I'm pretty sure, but we went there like mid-morning, like brunch time, so they had like a brunch menu. They had like cheap Bloody Marys, which I'm not really a big fan of. I don't like Bloody Marys, but I like
I don't think I'm a fan either, honestly.
but I like screwdrivers. Screwdrivers are good. So we went to the bar, and they were like, yeah, the burgers, and it was a breakfast burger and a taco for like $10, I think. It was a great deal. So obviously I got one of each, and the burger was one of the best. Like I said, it was one of the best burgers I ever had because they just put an egg on it, which was a huge game changer for me, because I had never had a burger with an egg on it before, and it introduced me to a whole new lifestyle of burgers. And
my brother, it's at the Bulldog Burger in Ridgeland. That's one of his favorite burgers ever. I don't know what it's called, but it's like the breakfast.
Yeah,
it's their breakfast burger. And he tells me every time I go home, he says, we got to go get the breakfast burger. And I've never had it because we always forget to. But like, I believe the hype about the burger, the egg on the burger.
And then the rest of the morning just got a little bit weird, just walking around Baton Rouge, going with the not Tigerland, the tailgate. I forgot what the name of I don't know if it has like a name, but and then the game was really fun. Tiger Stadium is a massive college football stadium that I've always talked about going to and got to go to.
He's lying. That is the smallest football stadium, and no one ever goes to those games.
It holds 100,000 people. Reed and I sat up towards the top. Really? Wow. Reed and I sat towards the top. And obviously Ole Miss ended up losing the game, which was a bit of a gut puncher. And then the funny thing was that after the game, we walked back to the Sigma Newhouse. We were gonna all go out to Fred's that night, and all my friends were like, we all wore Ole Miss shirts that day.
Fred from Scooby Doo?
No. Fred.
Fred Barr?
Yeah. And we went, and we were all in Andrew's room in the Sigma Newhouse, and we were all sitting there talking, and everyone starts like changing their shirts into like just like a normal shirt instead of wearing an Ole Miss shirt. I was like, why are you guys doing that? And like, you really want to wear an Ole Miss shirt on a Saturday night in Baton Rouge at a bar? And I was like, I mean, I don't really see a big problem. I don't really see a big problem with it. So I was the only one who ended up wearing an Ole Miss shirt out to the bar that night. And I don't really regret it, but I did get a few heckles. Did get a few people say some mean things to me that I'm not going to repeat on here.
Wow.
And then I also had some really nice people that were just like, who were very showed some sportsmanship.
You get a couple of good game dap ups.
Yeah, I got a couple, but then I also got a couple of tiger bait.
Hey, baby, you don't know what's going on down there, baby.
That's Trey's Cajun impression. It's pretty good, or Bayou, whatever you want to call it. And then Fred's. Oh my Lord. Okay, so picture a parking lot, right?
Mm-mm.
But this parking lot has got a tent that, like, it's a huge tent, and it covers like the whole span. And there's also an indoor area too, but I never got to go in there. I couldn't make it because there was probably like 3,000 people at that bar there that night.
25 people?
3,000. And it was shoulder to shoulder. It was hard to walk around in there. And it was, I had to leave, dude. I had to leave Fred just because I couldn't hang. Simply,
wow. What do you mean? Too much
going
on?
Yeah. I just don't like to be in a bar or like an area or like a party that has like over capacity. The amount of people
Who does?
that
It's
that
crazy.
can fit. Like when you're like shoulder to shoulder with somebody, and
I don't
you
like
can
it.
hardly hear the person next to you talking, and you're in line to get a drink for like 45 minutes to an hour. Like, how do you find that kind of experience fun?
You don't.
So
It's
I
not
did,
fun.
and I didn't. So I texted one of the guys I was staying with, and I was like, "Listen, I need to get out of here." Like and got picked up and just chilled the rest of the night, and that was pretty much it.
Sounds rocking.
But bottom line, Baton Rouge is really fun. I think everybody needs to go once. I'm probably going to be going back in the near future.
I've heard they have aliens there.
Yeah, they do. They most definitely have aliens there.
I'll talk about my brief alien experience.
Oh yeah.
It's not as intense as that. It'll take maybe 1 minute to get through. But me and my roommate Nick, you saw him last episode sitting on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
We were just hanging out, and then the fire alarm went off in the dorm. And as per usual, you gotta head outside. Everyone has to go stand out until the firemen come, turn it off or whatever. But as we walked out on this one fateful night, Nick, myself, and another woman, we looked up at the sky and saw a flash. It resembled the shape of lightning, like it was the zigzag pattern of lightning. But we saw it follow that speed. But things don't go that fast in the sky. You know, you look at a plane, you can watch it for like a good bit before it goes out of your frame. We just saw this thing jet across the sky in a way that it's hard to even describe. But it would sound like I'm lying.
Light speed travel in Star Wars.
It was like that, yes. It was just, it was like the plane lines, you know, like you see.
Yeah.
You saw like a trail of light do like a zigzag pattern. And then looked back up and it was gone. And me and Nick were talking about this, and we were thinking maybe we were just delirious. And this other girl turns around and says, "Did you guys see that?" And we were like, "Yeah." So, you know, I don't know if it's aliens, but that's in its essence what a UFO is. It was an unidentified flying object, brother. We don't know what that was. It was very interesting. We have just no clue. I look back on that all the time, and I think, like, maybe there's something out there.
There is.
There is. There is life outside of our realm.
I just find it insanely hard to not believe in them. I guess if you're just one of those people who's like, nope.
No, I agree.
Like, it's just...
There's got to be something similar to Earth somewhere in the infinite span of our known universe.
Well, how can... I mean, it's crazy to think about both outcomes of that. Either we're it or we're not it. Both of them are like...
Both are terrifying.
Like that movie, Dark Skies. You ever seen
Don't
that
know it.
scary movie it's about aliens? And the beginning
Is
quote...
it from the 90s?
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
older?
like 2012.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look up
I'm looking it up as well.
what. No, I was just gonna look up the amount.
From the producers of Paranormal Activity, Insidious, and Sinister comes Dark Skies, a supernatural thriller that follows a young family living in the suburbs. As husband and wife, Daniel and Lacey Barrett witness an escalating series of disturbing events involving their family, their safe and peaceful home quickly unravels. When it becomes clear that the Barrett family is being targeted by an unimaginably terrifying and deadly force, Daniel and Lacey take matters into their own hands and solve the mystery of what is after their family. So you spoiled it. I didn't know it was alien.
Oh,
Guys, come on.
it's good. Oh, J.K. Simmons is in it too.
Ah, Mr. Whiplash himself.
Yep, and Mr.
Mr. J.J. Jonah Jameson.
Jameson.
Mr. Dad from Invincible himself.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, yeah. Let's not get too off tangent.
Yeah.
though. Let's get back to the stories, guys.
Um,
Real podcasting. Where we sit back and you just hear one voice. There's no goofing off. You just hear Connor say it. Tell it like it is.
Yeah. Trying to think what I mean, I guess I can just go straight into the other story that I was going to tell
Let's do it.
about the time where I spent 3 weeks in the mountains living amongst people from all over the world. So there were 6. So I guess in a
So
way.
where was this specifically? Just so I can get an idea.
Okay, so
Like what state, I guess?
so it's in North Carolina in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Old NC.
Yeah.
Home of DaBaby, J. Cole, the Biltmore House,
Mm-hmm.
the that team,
Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers? Who else is from there? Nashville
I
Hot
don't know.
Chicken?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, I thought it was Nashville, North Carolina. All right, folks.
Nashville's not North. There's Asheville in North Carolina,
Asheville Hot Chicken.
which is actually where I landed. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into too much of why I was going there in the first place. I was not. It's not like I was like a shithead kid growing up, but like, I had my fair share of rebellious stages, as most kids do. And my parents it was like they called it like a learning retreat or whatever. So it's called Outward Bound. It's a very popular or summer. It's not even summer. I think they do it throughout the whole year. But it's like an exploration in different parts of the country. They have them all over the country. Like they have some in the Midwest, some in the East, and they have them all over in all parts. And so mine was in Asheville, North Carolina, in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which are like known for being a very wet area of the state, because those mountains are like rainforests. It rains all the time. I think it nonstop rained for about a week while I was in there. And what we did was, I was with, so like I said, it was 6 guys and 6 girls. And, I was the only guy from the South. Yeah. There was a guy from Georgia. There was a guy from California. A couple of dudes from New York. And then the girls are really from all over the place. There was a girl from Seattle, a girl from New Mexico, and then there was a girl from Italy, and then a girl from Tokyo, like Japan, like truly all over the world, India, like literally all over the world type stuff. So it was pretty interesting being with people like that and kind of understanding like just different cultures from all over the world. Well, not cultures, but like knowing how different each part of the world is from one another. Yeah, you can pull your mic closer so they can hear you. So I guess how it how it started was we were so obviously I agreed to going, and the morning I left, my flight was at, this was also like one of the first times I had to like travel by myself. So I remember leaving for the airport at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and like going to the Jackson airport, saying goodbye to all my family, which was a wreck at the time. Like I didn't like really know how to handle all that. And so I landed in Atlanta. If you've ever been in the Atlanta airport, it's like one of the biggest airports in the country.
I have a friend who's seen 2 Chainz in that very same airport.
And so I had to like navigate that airport pretty much by myself. And got to Asheville. I was one of the first people there. I had to wait in that airport all day until everyone else in my group landed. So I found myself like contemplating just leaving the airport and just running, and like seriously not going at all. Like I just really did not want to be there. But they ended up taking my phone first, since I was like having like the worst like mental breakdown I've ever had. But and I ended up having a good time. Maybe not necessarily a good time, but I ended up somewhat learning a lot from being out there. Like if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, I'll know exactly what to do. It's called Outward Bound. Okay, so the kind of stuff that I did, so it was broken up into 3. So it was 3 weeks. So there was each week was a different section, but so it was hiking, canoeing, and rock climbing. So we hiked everywhere we went. We would wake up every morning early, and then we would hike for about 3 to 4 miles with 70-pound backpacks on our backs. And we would go up mountains, down mountains. There was a time where we hiked 9 miles and climbed 2 mountains in a day. We hiked for like probably 12 or 13 hours. And But and then the most interesting point of the whole trip was, I guess, so you have a 2 day isolation period.
Wow.
Where they take you into a part of the woods and they just leave you there, and you like set up your tent, whatever you gotta do, and they don't talk, and the counselors, whatever, they don't talk to you for like 2 days. Yeah. So I was in a sector of the woods by myself for 2 days, and
Fully by yourself?
Yeah.
Like you didn't speak to anyone for 2 days?
Mm-mm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I had a journal, which I wonder where that journal is because I have no idea what I even wrote in there. But
what if it was just like terrifying drawings and like
crazy stuff? Yeah. But and also they only gave me like they gave everybody like a small portion like to food, like to feed yourself for like that will last you probably around 2 days.
Wow.
And all mine was it was like pita bread, an apple, and trail mix, and I had that.
That's
for,
it?
Yeah, for 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, you're probably hungry as shit.
Oh yeah, dude, you should have seen me in the airport when I was leaving that trip. I looked like a lunatic. First off, I probably I didn't
Probably stunk up.
I didn't shower for 3 weeks.
I
showered
was at the party when you got back, right?
Yeah, you were.
So yeah, I think you were like, "Hey guys, this is nice, but I probably stink. I need to go shower."
Because I didn't shower the whole time because first off, there was a lot of bears in that. So like the bear thing was like something we were always cautious of.
Did you see one?
I never saw one, but the other like camp that was like always following behind us. There one night, a bear wandered onto their campsite and like tore up their food and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we never saw one, but every night you would do a bear hang, like where you take all your, I think it was toiletries because like we had to do this weird way of brushing our teeth too, and then like because bears can smell pretty much anything, a lot of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we would take our stuff and throw it up into trees and make it high enough to where bears couldn't get up there. But I never got to see one. I wish, kind of. But then there's always that way where it's like, oh, a bear.
You ever seen a bear in real life at all?
Yeah, like at a zoo.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
But I'll tell you what, man. There were some people who handled being out there like very, very well. Which I wasn't. I mean, I guess I was one of those that I had a hard time at the very beginning of it.
I bet that end wasn't any fun either with the 2-day thing.
I actually didn't mind it.
Really?
I made friends with this wild rabbit. So what happened was I was sleeping and I woke up in the middle of the night and within 2 feet away from me there was just this rabbit, this bunny just chilling right there, and my first instinct was I broke off some piece of pita bread and just kind of like just threw it over to him, and he ate it, and then he just kind of hung out. He kind of just stuck around for like 3 hours. So he just stood there, and we just hung out. I didn't really talk to him. I didn't know what to say to him. But then like once the 2 days was up, like everybody like regathers obviously. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of weird because there wasn't a whole lot of talking because you're like, what did you do? And you're like, not really a whole lot. Yeah. But
let me ask this.
Mm-hmm.
What if someone like died out there? What do you think would happen? Like, because you are alone in the woods, right?
Yeah.
Like, how far do you think you were from the other people?
Probably not as far as you would think. Like, I think I could probably hear.
Okay.
Like, but I couldn't see anybody.
So, like, if someone did get like attacked by a bear, people would have.
They all kept us within earshot.
Okay.
So if someone,
I thought you meant like people were like maybe a mile from each other.
Oh, no.
Okay. So you weren't in total seclusion. It was just like you had.
But still, like we weren't allowed to leave. Like
you were in the cave of
yeah.
Solitude.
Yeah.
Or what's it called?
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, Connor's Fortress of Solitude, folks.
Yeah. And I think I lost 25 pounds in those 3 weeks too.
Wow.
Because I just did nothing but just walk and canoe the whole time.
Maybe that's how humans are supposed to be. You ever think about that? Like, I bet everyone would be so healthy if just all you did was live out there on the land.
Yeah.
Like
there was one night when we all had to stay up like super late. That's pretty funny. But there was a night when there was like an escaped prisoner in the woods or like in the mountain, and so like we were all on like high alert the whole night. They're
I
like,
bet. Yeah, that's scary.
because we only had one like phone that we could use, and it was like a satellite phone, and you had to pay for it to use it every time.
Man.
So genuinely, there was
They were abusing
no
you
way.
fellas
There
out
was
there.
honestly no way of getting out of there. But there was this one kid who he was like, "Yeah, I'm leaving." He said that every week. It was like, "Yep, I'm gonna leave tomorrow."
How
See
long were you
later."
there?
3 weeks.
Wow. That
Mhm.
is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said like 3 days or something. That's
3
crazy.
weeks, yeah. And I remember the day that I left, I was like, we were all in the airport, and honestly, it's cool because I mean, you were with only those people for that amount of time, so obviously you got to know them. But Jesus Christ, did all of us like, not even me, but there's just there's one guy who made way too many problems. Like, he caused way too much problems and just caused so much like animosity like between all of us. Like, we were all at the end of the day, we were just like all yelling at each other, and like, but then I was like, but it was just this one kid who would cause the most problems. And if I could show you what he looked like then versus what he looked like now, it's like a literally completely different person.
Wow.
Not in a good way either.
Oh, it's worse?
Oh, he looked like a normal guy.
Wow.
Picture a normal guy.
Yeah.
But then this dude, like, obviously I'm not gonna dog like a, but I mean, he looks like I'll just show you a picture. It's kind of hard to explain, but he's in this like punk band, but it's disgusting, dude. He like throws up on stage and just
Goodness.
like, yeah, it's full on.
Sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah, it's gross though.
I'm just
But-
kidding, everyone, if
but-
mom and dad are listening.
But it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I can go into. That can be like a whole episode alone about stuff that happened
would
out
be a
there.
fun episode.
But
The stories episode.
I will say, the day that I got back, or the day that I was leaving to go back, I was in the Atlanta airport, and I remember like pacing around trying to figure out what to eat because I hadn't eaten like a real like meal in like 3 weeks. I had eaten a real meal in like 3 weeks, and so I was pacing around the Atlanta airport trying to figure out what to, like, and because I didn't know, like, because there were so many things that I wanted to try, like that I wanted to eat, because it'd been so long since I'd even since I'd eaten something real, and so I settled for Chick-fil-A, the normal choice, and
the classic.
I was sitting in my terminal, and I looked like a caveman. I smelled like a caveman, and I was just sitting there just eating, and I'm pretty sure people were looking at me like, what is this kid doing? And like, and then also for some strange reason, when we were boarding, I was called first in like the pre-board, like they called my name before anybody else's name. Like, come get on the plane. So like I went and scanned my ticket, and I sat on that plane for a good like 30, 45 minutes
Ugh.
for people just boarding.
Yeah.
It was cool to like get on the plane first, but like, but then at the end I was like, okay, ready to go now. And then that night I got surprised by all of you guys. Had a little part. What was it? Yeah, we all had you were there, right?
I was there, but I don't remember it that well.
That's when we all thought we were so cool drinking Sprites and box mod vapes. We were like, what? I thought those were so cool, but that was my time at Outward Bound. I wish that I would get into it more, but I don't want to talk about it for 2 hours because there's literally just so much I can go into it.
Oh yeah, we'll have an episode about that.
I will. I'll definitely talk about it with a guest in the future. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. We've been going
It's probably
2
solid,
episodes
yeah.
for like
back to back,
2
almost
hours.
2 hours, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna edit these literally as soon as we get done and set up the edits so they come a week after one another. And then we'll be back in the studio in about 2 weeks, probably. But yeah, once again, thanks to everybody who watches. It's really cool seeing everybody tune in, and the activity on the social media is cool too. So thank y'all. And Trey, thanks for sitting in and listening to me talk.
Of course.
And yeah, it would be audio right now, but the camera died, so we're resorting. Oh yeah, the video cut out, so we're resorting to audio only. But I might do this more often. It's less
Maybe
of
just
a
another
hassle.
extra episode a week.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe.
audio. Let it rip.
Maybe I'll do like my sports segments audio
Yeah,
or
that
something
could
like
work.
that. But yeah, but
Let us know what you want to hear in the future too, folks.
exactly. Yeah, leave some comments. Cause honestly, I run out of stuff, so it's good to hear from people about what y'all want to hear. Because I'm open to talking about whatever. But yeah, make sure to do all the good stuff. Like, subscribe, watch, keep watching. But yeah, thank y'all so much, and we'll see y'all next week. Bam.